Welcome back. It's the 5th of May 2019. It's around 4 p.m, which as every Englishman knows means it's time for tea.
We're heading from Foxton Locks towards the Husbands Bosworth Tunnel. We're not going to head through the tunnel today as we have an important maintenance job to do for that part of the journey. I was waiting for it to open up into Fredington Church spire.
It didn't open up at all, did it? My sister's going to say, oh, look at all the
Trees, yeah.
Oh, make sure you get the tongue fine.
Yep,
You don't like your hand.
that's in.
This is a really lovely stretch of canal with gently sloping hills to the right and long distant views off to the left. It really does feel like you're miles away from anywhere. Feels like you are, but we are only 20 miles or so from Leicester.
Sitting proudly on top of the massive pile of dung in that field is a pheasant.
You know why?
These trees keep getting away.
No. That'll be warm up there.
Yeah, it'd be lovely and toasty.
That'll be like a Webasto on full temperature.
Full pelt.
Composting loos to composting
Pheasants.
heating systems.
Yeah. It's been a long day and we start to look for somewhere to moor up for the night. The next morning Paul has an early-ish start. It is before 8 a.m. and he swaps out the tunnel light with a new one. If you recall from our previous vlog, our existing light hadn't survived the winter and only had 3 working LED bulbs instead of the full complement of 9. As we are heading towards a tunnel today, Paul was very eager for us to have a working light. Bless you. I have a look at the new light and admire the handiwork. Big spider. Huge spider. Is that kind of angled up, do you think? Oh. It does look like it's tilted up slightly.
20 minutes later, we're ready for breakfast. Shortly after, we set to and moor off. There has been some work on the towpath along this stretch. They've used natural materials along part of it. However, we have noticed what appears to be that weed suppressant material, the sort you put down on your flower beds at home. You know, the sort of stuff that weathers, wears, becomes loose and floats along nicely until a boat's propeller catches up with it. That's a future weed hatch opening for someone. And just like that, we're in the Husbands Bosworth Tunnel. The new light at the front making it easier to see, although the camera doesn't pick this up too well.
Opened in 1813, Husbands Bosworth Canal Tunnel is 1,166 yards long with no ventilation shafts. The tunnel pierces the watershed between the Warwickshire Avon to the south and the Soar Valley to the north. The bore of the tunnel is brick-lined. It's generally dry and straight, with no towing path. Bricks for the construction of the tunnel were made on site close to the east end of the tunnel, adjacent to the Honeypot Farm bridge. The path of the tunnel can be traced above ground by the line of 8 heaps of spoil which were drawn up the shafts from the working faces during construction. These artificial mounds can be clearly seen from the boat horse path, along which the narrowboat draft horses were walked over the tunnel, whilst the boats were legged through the bore.
Generally dry indeed. And we're out the other side. Thanks for watching. Join us next time as our adventure continues.